welcome back to the Blissful Badger, Badger Blog, episode 14. This week was a week of finishing projects. I finished the scale dice bag, and as you can see, it can hold quite a few dice. I finished painting one of the Reaper Bones minis on Tuesday night's live stream. Let me know if there's a better night that I can do a live stream. I finished building and primed all of the Shadows over Hammerhall models and put them in a case. I primed the characters and the sorcerer in black so that I can do a dry brush before painting. And the rest were primed in white. And I finished scraping all of the mold lines off of the Gallowdark terrain. 16 sprues of terrain is quite a lot. And this box actually was almost too small for them. As it is, I cannot close the flaps when the boards are in it. They have to go separately. I still have to figure out a paint scheme for these, but the next time it's nice enough to prime, I am going to have to prime them all. It's going to be a big job. I also took a ride through the Ocoee River Valley with some family. Being I was the driver, I didn't film anything, but it was a really nice trip, and it was a really nice day. On Saturday, I played 2 games of Warhammer 40,000 at the new 1,250 points for the Escalation League. Both were against Ultramarines. I got to try out my tank list, and I don't know if it's just the way I play them, but so far, it's a very poor list for me. But I'm pretty sure it's just me learning how to play tanks. The first game was against 3 large Primaris tanks, and a few other models. I charged them forward, like I normally do, and they continued to shoot me down. I really like how the Furioso Dreadnought's heavy flamers work once they get in range, but with a 6-inch movement, they're extremely slow, and 24-inch gap takes a while to cross. I kept on trying to kill all of his tanks, and in the end, I didn't even take out 1 unit. I think that might have been my target priority more than anything else. I did deal quite a few wounds to 2 of his tanks, and if I had focused, I probably would have taken at least 1 of them out. It was a very fast game, and I had a chance to play a second game against another opponent. This was a rematch. I was also not very good. It was great to see an Inquisitor Karamazov on the battlefield, but I will say his bodyguards are quite hard to kill. I spent 3 turns shooting into them just to remove their wounds, and it did not work very well for me. His extra units over in the building were popping off my vehicles quite easily, and I didn't have very good line of sight on them, and I couldn't close fast enough to do any melee damage. And by the end of his turn 4, he had already maxed out on secondary objectives, and I was at like 10 points, maybe 15. It was a very one-sided battle. Again, I don't know if that is because of the way I played my force, or if they're just suboptimal options. I suppose that is one of the issues with running almost all Firstborn Marines. But I will be going back on Saturday again, and we'll see if maybe a different opponent will have different results. It was against 2 Ultramarines players, and maybe they're just much stronger than the Blood Angels. And until the next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss.